Hey guys, it's your girl Bree right here. So I'm here to tell you about my Cancun trip, what was the good part about it and what was the shitty part about it. My parents and I stayed at an inclusive resort. We had a beautiful view of the ocean. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. We got to see the swimming pools, and I gotta say the drinks are amazing. The mango tangos, spot on. And we had the buffet food, and that was amazing too. And the hospitality was awesome. So we decided, we thought, hey, this is a very relaxing trip, that we should vacation in Cancun once a year. But let me tell you something else. Guess what ruined our trip? COVID ruined our trip. You want to know how? So we got COVID tested at the testing site that was right next to our resort. So we went down there, it just took a few minutes away. And there was this guy, with the laptop. So he was checking people in, scheduling their appointments to get COVID tested. And he looked very young. He looked like he was in high school. So then we had to fill out our information. We had to put our personal information. We had to put our passport number, and we had to let them know what resort we're staying at. So the COVID test over there, so there was two or three different types of COVID tests. My family and I took the antigen test, and that was $21 a test. So for all three of us together, it was $63. There was a COVID test that you have to wait for the results. That was 24 hours to wait for your test results. And that one was $100, and we're like, no way, we're not paying $100 for that. Guess where we took our COVID test? We had to take our COVID test in a storage closet. And guess who took our COVID test? This girl that took our COVID test looked like she was 10 years old. 10 years old, I was like...
Are you a doctor?
So yeah, she swabbed our noses, and she said we gotta wait 15 minutes in order to get our results. 7 to 9 minutes later, my dad's negative, and my mother and I test positive. I'm sorry.
What?
Me and my mom never even had symptoms. We were not sick at all, and they said we got COVID, and I was like, that is fucking bullshit. Plus, dude, they didn't even take our temperatures. We felt like this is a freaking lie. We have been scammed. We didn't want to believe that we were sick. We were completely fine. So we freak out. Oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? Okay, so the next day, which was June 3rd, this is the day that we were supposed to be going to the airport. We decided to go to a different COVID testing site, and it was the one across from the resort. And the place seemed more professional, and we got to go through the same process, personal info, the passport number, and where you're staying at. And this time, the antigen test was $30 a piece. 20 minutes later, we got the same results. Okay, and then the third time we got COVID tested. And we went back to the COVID testing site that was right next to our resort again. Same results. When the young girl took her COVID test again, my mother, she was trying to be nosy of what's on those tests. And she looked at her test, and she noticed that each of them have a black line. So my mom kept staring, looking at it, and the young girl told us, okay, you may go. My dad researched that in order to get a positive test, that line on the COVID test is supposed to turn red. And my mother said it was no way near that color. It was black or blue. we ran out of options, and my parents and we went back to our resort. My parents talked to the concierge. The concierge told us that we have to stay an extra 3 nights at the resort, resort hotel or whatever. And she said we gotta stay an extra 3 nights and that we have to be in quarantine. We go back to our room, and the night before we packed our stuff because we thought, oh, maybe that test didn't work. Maybe it'll work the next time. We packed our stuff. We thought we were gonna go home. And we had to do last minute thinking. And my dad, he had a negative test, and he decided, like, do I stay? Do I go to the airport? What do I do? My dad decided he was gonna leave to the airport. I know what you're thinking right now, are like, geez, your dad left you and your mom all by yourself. His reason was if he stayed the extra nights with us, then he would have to get COVID tested again. And what if my mom and I test negative and then he tests positive? That would extend the stay even longer. I mean, that makes sense to me, that what he did. So my dad goes to the front desk and they tell him for the 3 extra nights, it's $120 a night. So my dad thought, that's not that bad. So then they're like, oh wait, no, it's $120 a person per night. So my dad had to fork out $720. Yeah. We just kept thinking, this is a freaking ripoff. I think that they're trying to do whatever just to keep, to trick people to thinking that they got COVID in order to stay longer at the resort. You know what I mean? I mean, doesn't it sound like a scam to you? My dad did whatever he could to take care of us before he left. My mom used the phone over there to rearrange our flights. So the past 2 days, being in quarantine, and it was freaking depressing, man. Being stuck in that hotel, watching the balcony of people enjoying the weather, people parasailing on jet skis, enjoying the pools, and I was just like, damn it, I want to get out. All I could do was watch TV and eat. We had to order room service, but the menu for room service was so small, and me and my mom ate burgers 2 days in a row. And I gotta say, the burgers weren't bad. They weren't bad, but it just stunk. It just sucked being stuck in our room. We wanted out so bad. We're like, ugh. And the maids, they knew that we were in quarantine, so they wouldn't budge coming into our room. So me and my mom, we were attempting to be sneaky, man. So one morning we were like, you know what? We should go sneak to the buffet. Let's go sneak to the buffet and go have a good breakfast. So we get ready and stuff. And we're ready to head out the door. We cover our faces with our mask. And once we open the door, the maid barricaded. She blocked us with her cart. And I was like, damn it, we can't get out. So we're like, oh shit. And, we go back into the room. We're like,
oh, great, forget it.
So then, you know what we did? For our way of being sneaky? Late at night, we would go to the beach. We would be nosy. We would be watching the balcony, noticing when the employees leave. And once we would actually get out, I told my mom, let's not go in the elevator. There's cameras in there. They're gonna be watching us. So we're like, let's take the stairs. So we go downstairs and we go around the the part of our resort, the hotel. And late at night, 6:30, 7, we would go to the beach and we would relax. We would get seashells, and we'd love to like view the ocean, the stars. And it was, you know, it was beautiful and it was peaceful. You know, I was like, oh, thank goodness we got out. I gotta say, me and my mom felt like we were in the movies, like we felt like we were criminals hiding our faces and sneaking off at night. Freaking hilarious. Okay, this is the last night of our stay, and it's June 5th. This is the 4th time getting COVID tested. We went to go see the concierge, and she talked with she spoke with us. We wanted to know more information, and she said, you know, you got to get a letter, and you got to get COVID tested. And she said you could do it 2 separate places. You could do it, get the doctor's note from that young girl. So my mother was like,
"Are you telling me that we need to go get a doctor's note from those kids over there?"
So the concierge started laughing. She said, well, you could go to the COVID testing site that was across from the resort. That's by a 7-Eleven. So we're like, okay, sure thing. So we went to the COVID testing site across from the resort again. We spoke with the COVID testers. You know, we spoke with them about our situation and that we need to go back home. Once we got our test results, I gotta say,
hallelujah! We're both negative.
thank goodness, we were so relieved. Like, what are the odds? 2 days later, we test negative. You know, we asked the doctor for the letter and the printed test results in order to go back home. My mother and I figured, you know, now that we test negative, let's get out of that room. Okay. We enjoyed a nice meal at the buffet. We enjoyed the swimming pool. We got our margaritas on, and we got to go to the beach. I gotta say, that night made up for everything. Overall, I'd like to say that it was a relaxing trip, but the COVID was BS. Like, it literally threw us off. Well, we definitely know better for next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you were entertained about our story.
Okay.